Did I have anything in my teeth? No?
Good.
We're on the couch. That means Sunday Funday, baby. And
It could be Screwball Tuesday. You never know.
yeah, we might change it up
here.
on you. I know. Just our eyebrows drive me crazy. Don't mind our grooming habits. It happens when you're married for a while. A long time.
Okay, let's get to the point here.
Okay. So we have a question. And we want you guys to, we just want to say thank you for watching our videos and supporting us. Your comments encourage us, especially like in the middle of the day when something's going wrong or we're just having a bad day. We get one of your comments and it just turns our focus, at least for me. Refocuses my thinking, and it's always for the better. So anyway, just thank you for your comments. They do mean a lot to us. He even enjoys them. He would never tell you, but he loves them.
I'm working most of the time.
He gets them on his phone too.
But I'm working.
He gets them. Anyway, and they do crack us up. So we would like to remind you guys that every Sunday we answer your questions. It could be questions about anything, our family, us, Dave Ramsey related, anything that you want. Just shoot and we'll save your questions and we'll use them for the next Sunday's video. But we need content, so please do send your questions.
We have plenty of content.
Quality content.
That too.
Okay, so Laura Emily 83 is asking this question. Hi, Laura.
What's up?
She says, I have a question. So you'll have your debt paid off in a year, which is super exciting. But I'm guessing you'll have to pay for your girls' tuition for the next school year, again, in the time before you are debt-free. If that's true, how do you plan ahead for bills like that you know are coming up? Do you
don't
slow down the snowball or save ahead? Are you winking?
No,
Okay.
You said how do you do it, and I said you don't. How do you plan? And I said you don't.
Why are we having this channel then if you're telling them not to plan?
Sarcasm.
Oh.
Sarcasm.
Anyway.
Back up.
Sorry, Laura. So disrespectful he is.
My apologies.
Okay, so how do you plan for things that you know are coming up? Do you slow down the snowball or do you save ahead? For our tuition is a big expense for us. Like, we could drive our tuition, right? That's the worth of our cars is what we pay in a tuition year.
It's not cheap.
It's not, but it's important to us. We see it in our kids. It's just something that we value. They go to a Christian school here in town, private school. It's a really tiny school. The tuition actually is not bad compared to other private schools. So our tuition bill, what is our tuition bill?
$4,765.
I knew he would know.
That's what we do.
Okay, so the
$4,765.
That we like to pay it in one lump sum. You can make payments on it, but we hate payments and they drive us absolutely crazy. So how we budget for it is that's about what we get in our tax return. We have his deductions set up to where we can get just about that much money in our tax returns. And so tax season means that that's tuition season for us. And then we get it, obviously, February-ish, March. And he'll hide it in the garage because...
That's what we do.
I've spent it 1 year.
That was a great year.
It was a fun summer. Anyway, so he'll set it... calm down. He'll set it aside, and we'll take it from our tax return. And then in September, we'll just... Actually, we don't even write a check. We just go in with our $100 bills.
Our Uncle Benji's.
And we pay off their school tuition. This year was different for us. We struggled with, well, I think we actually took 2 months to pay it after school started.
Just Gracie's, though.
Yeah.
One was paid. We weren't sure if we were going to put Grace in school or not. It was a last-minute decision. So we did put her in school, and so that we hadn't planned for, so we did have to come up with that. And it took us about 6 weeks to get her tuition put together and paid for. But this going into next year, we'll have it all set aside and whatnot. That's the 70 or the 4765 is both kids. So get that from taxes, and if we're short, if you're a couple $100 short on my tax return or whatever, we obviously have to save for it. Or if we're over, if we get say $5,000 back, we're a couple $100 over, then we'll just roll that into our debt snowball or whatever. We try to do the best we can with that
and plan ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
We try not to slow down our snowball unless we absolutely have to. But like if you guys know that car maintenance is coming, if you do have something like a tuition payment for college or for school, kids' school, let's see, what other expenses can come up where property taxes is another one if it's not in your payment for homeowners. If you own business, you have several things are coming up. I mean, plan for them, obviously. If you know that they're going to happen every year, Dave Ramsey calls it something. A sinking fund.
A sinking fund.
Calls it a sinking fund, where you save a little bit monthly so that by the time you get that bill, you've got enough money for that expense.
Which is what we kind of talked about on the Dave Ramsey, or last week's video or whatever, and we planned out our entire next year's budget. Not the budget, but I mean, the things that were unexpected in this last year. Mm-hmm. We sat down and looked at the calendar and said, hey, this is what happened this month, this is what happened that month, this kids' school pictures landed on this month. And so we set up envelope system for next year, and we're starting to put money aside already for that, anticipating those things are going to come up, and so they're not the big I gotchas during the year. So it's kind of the same principle. I mean, if you need new tires on your car, you create a sinking fund and say, okay, I've got 8 months left on my tires on my car. Okay, it's $800 for a new set of tires, so $100 a month you set new side, and so in 8 months you go buy yourself a new set of tires, or whatever, $50 a month, $20 a month, whatever you can handle at the time. You set up all your envelope/sinking funds. Right.
Because anything is better than nothing. Like if you only have half of your fund funded for a car expense, it's better than nothing. Like it's better than not saving as the alternative. For us, another thing that we're doing, we get creative. We really have to get creative on one income with how we come up with how we pay big expenses and do it on a cash basis. My van has hit 100,000 miles.
105,000. So it's time for the gigantic, you go, oh, I don't want to pay for that one, that maintenance checkup.
But it's paid for, and we're seeing ourselves take care of our cars better when they are paid for, and we're not shelling out a payment.
And most of the time, I would say 85% of the time, I do all of our vehicle maintenance no matter what it is. I try to do everything to save all in the labor. I get parts through parts stores that are, usually 50% less than going to the dealer or whatnot. But this is the big one where they tear like half the engine down and to replace the gaskets and parts and stuff. I'm not set up for that, and nor do I have the knowledge to do that. I could probably do it, but instead of a couple-hour job at the dealer, it would take, a week and a half here at home. So it just doesn't make sense.
I want a running vehicle. Yeah. I want a running paid-for vehicle. This one's good. He does good. He goes to the library if there's something he doesn't know about, which I talked about in yesterday's video. Left a comment. But so we have this. Our bill is going to be about $850 for our 105,000 mile checkup on our van. And we know it's coming up. And the same thing with tires on our car. Last year we put 2 sets of tires on our car, one on the van, one on the car. We're lucky. He gets a lot of vacation time a year.
Yeah. We get vacation time a year, and I'm set up on a certain plan that allows me to cash out vacation if I don't need it or if I don't use it or whatnot. So like last year I cashed a week out to do the tires. This year I'm cashing a week out to do the van. It's just, it's something we knew it was coming, but we've had so many other things that we're trying to take care of. It was just one of those like, oh, how are we going to do that? And it's one of those things that if you don't take care of it and something goes wrong, your $800 trip to the dealer could be $3,000 at the dealer. So it was one of those things that we just decided it'd be better to go this route than to try to put a sinking fund aside and try to worry about it next year, because something could happen, and it's the shag and wagon. We use that thing every day. We've put 25,000 miles on it 1 year. It's a dependable car. It's something we use and we count on every day. And it's something that I, as a father and dad, don't want to take the risk of putting these ladies out on the road and something could possibly go wrong. So I want to take care of them. And so we just bit the bullet, cashed a week's vacation out, and called it a day. Yeah. That's what we do.
But we did analyze our budget and our goals, and we looked at how much longer it would take if we slowed down our debt snowball to cover the cost of the car. And some of you might, and there's nothing wrong with slowing down your debt snowball to cover an expense. But we just thought a week less with him was like equivalent to having a second job or working overtime. It got us to our goal faster. And
every household, every situation is going to be different. For us at work, and that's right, it would have, we're at 11.6 months to try to get everything paid off. If we would have went ahead and take that money we were setting aside to do our debt snowball to pay for the van, it would have taken us about a month and a half longer. And it's just something that we've, the momentum's going right now. We're getting traction. We're getting there. We're hitting this baby, as he would say it. And we just didn't want to stop. We didn't want to take a month and a half off and stop. So that's why we did what we did. That's right. Moving on. Check mark.
So hopefully that'll answer your question, Laura. It's a very complicated answer we gave you, but just because with money, it's never easy. There's lots of different roads and paths you can take to get there. But now we're working on expanding our envelopes to cover costs, unexpected or expected costs, like school clothes for.
I've never seen so many envelopes in my life.
Yeah, but that time will come and the money's there, and that is like the best feeling. So we're getting there. We are not perfect by any means, guys, with our envelopes. We are learning as we go, and we're learning about the cost of car maintenance and everything else that really kills your budget. But we're getting there, and I know it's going to change a lot more in a year. We're going to probably have it fine-tuned pretty good.
Oh yeah, because kids will change. Right now they're not in any sports or anything, but next year junior might want to do baseball or basketball or something, so you're going to have the clothes and the gear and the traveling expenses. I mean, it's kids. It's going to change yearly. It doesn't matter what you do.
And then just something I want to mention real quick about, that kind of wraps up the question, but it's Christmas time, obviously. We're in the buying spirit, and Dave Ramsey, check out Dave Ramsey's website, www.daveramsey.com. On there, you could buy books for people. You could buy an
Good
FPU.
gifts.
People you don't know what to get, kind of a last-minute ditch effort here. You could buy a financial peace kit.
Kids going to school, college, need a good book to read or something. Total Money Maker was a
Total
good
Money
book for
Makeover.
anybody, but it'd be good for, high school kids going to college.
Yeah, and he's been running like a $10 special, so a lot of
for the month.
Books and stuff on his website is $10, and I believe free shipping,
Yeah, this month it is, yeah.
And then also for the kids, the little ones, like our age, they're never too young. Dave Ramsey has a Financial Peace Junior kit, which maybe we'll do for next Sunday's Sunday Funday, is we'll
Break it out, show how it works.
Yeah, show you how the Financial Peace Junior kit, but it's really awesome. So if you need something for your kids, you don't want another plastic thingy-majigger, almost had a party Barbie, Dave Ramsey offers a lot of really good gift ideas. So with that being said, cheers.
I guess we're done.
Bye.
Later, peoples.